Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located, and thanks for watching. Let's see. Thank you everyone for joining me again. This is actually easier for me to do than to record a video and edit it. So here I am trying to get a little more information to you, as well as see if I can answer some questions. Thank you everybody for who is jumping in early. All you early cats, I trust me, I really appreciate you guys. If I can get a thumbs up on the way in, remember you can hit the X, get out of the live chat, hit like, and then hit live chat again, and you're back in here with me. So much appreciation. Director X, thank you so much for that reminder too. Just a few things as far as upkeep. I need to give a shout out to Alan. Alan is probably my biggest supporter. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for all the emails, all the information that you've given me, all the assistance that you've offered. And of course, the biggest huge for the gentleman that's helping me most of all, O. He's known, that's his secret agent ID, O. He's the gentleman that helps me behind the scenes. I cannot tell you how much information he has brought forth that none of us even knew. The research capabilities of this young man is invaluable to me. So much thanks to O. Thank you so much. Also, a thank you to the councilman, Alfred Mohammed. Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for the follow-up. Thank you for getting me in touch with Minister Conrad Mohammed. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything that's been done on behalf of these two gentlemen in Ecuador and all the assistance for the Reed family in Georgia as well regarding Colombia. I apologize right now too. I have been unable to get to a lot of the comments, well, I'm getting to the comments and the emails, but late. Now, when you comment, I see that, I reply. But if you comment on that reply, I don't see it. I'm getting to the point where there's not enough hours in a day. I just cannot, it's not physically possible to read them all anymore. But I want to thank you guys for all the assistance that's coming, all the information that's coming sent to us. The people in Ecuador who have reached out on behalf of the brothers, thank you guys so much. And I'm sure that they appreciate your assistance as well. Let me read a few comments, because what I'm going to do next is go over a bullet point list that they created for me so that I can read this to you and send it off to the pertinent people. But I want to give you a little more understanding, because until you hear all the details, you won't know how much of a railroad this was. And I think I had somebody, yeah, here it is. I had to write it down. This came from an email, and you'll know who you are too. The way he described the situation there is, he called it a banana republic / Jim Crow era twilight zone that these brothers are in. So they are going through some stuff, and they have gone through some stuff for the last 4 years. We cannot allow this to go on for another 4 years, another 4 months, as far as I'm concerned. 4 weeks would make me smile, and 4 days, of course, we know where that's going. I'm going to see these gentlemen on the outside soon. That's a fact, Jack. This will happen. So Harry the Lock says, what'd you say? On Gangsta Crip? Okay. Professor Aguya says, DC Rob, lo más duro. Thank you. Keep up the great work. Let's see. The Opinionated wrote, my local congressman. That's what we need. The congressmen and the senators to get on board. We're going to have more of a detailed plan shortly, because I'm going to request your assistance for going after their congressmen, not going after, but reaching out to their congressmen and their senators on their behalf. Fred says, DC Rob, I appreciate your hard work. I'm born and raised in Southeast DC. What? There you know. Better know. My homeboys from the DMV representing. Got to reach out for these guys. Let me tell you, they're Maryland and DC. They still have property, again, in the Petworth area off of Georgia Avenue. So much appreciation. Let me know where you are in Southeast, by the way. You now live in Nashville, Tennessee for years. So let me tell you this. When you leave, you appreciate the go-go more than when you're there. Because I have friends there. I'm like, man, we need to go hit some go-go. And they're like, go-go? I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't get to hear it at home. That and Lito's Pizza, I'm in for. Director X says, yes, hit the like button. Please hit the like button on your way in. You can always exit out of the chat, hit like, and then hit live chat again, and you're back in here to read. By the way, love the go-go intro. And you know what that means? That means it's time for some go-go.
Hey, what, gentlemen, right now you're watching dcbornrob on YouTube.
Okay, I didn't have the go-go on that one, but I got to bring that in somehow on the next one. But I'm going to make sure that this scrolls across the bottom because I need you guys to use this hashtag Justice Ecuador. Okay, Justice Ecuador, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Put it out there, please. The more times you put this out there, because you never know who knows who. Like somebody joked on me last time when I said somebody may know somebody that knows somebody that knows Anderson Cooper, or know somebody that knows somebody that knows one of the Kardashians. It only takes one. Or know somebody that knows somebody that know their congressman or their senator. So the more you share it, the more that they get benefit out of it. Okay. So I want to make sure that that stays up there, though. Okay. Love the go-go. Sorry, I thought I had that on that one, but on that intro, but I didn't. Curtis says, hey, Rob, what's up? Curtis, what you know? Hero Mott, thank you, Rob, from Santo Domingo. Appreciate you, man, from Santo Domingo. Annie says, hello, Annie. Hello to you. Justice for them. Amen. Thank you guys for so much. If anybody, please do me a favor as you come in too and you leave a comment, tell me where you're coming from. I see it later, but it'd be great to know right now. Joaquin Gutierrez says, I'm from Germantown, Maryland. Roger's old high school alumni. They're reposting our video on social media. Thank you so much. They need this. But who else can we reach out to make the impact locally here in Germantown? Well, that will be the congressman. I'm going to get a list shortly. The next time you see me, I'll have all this information, and we need to push it out. We need to go after these. Don't want to say go after again, but we need to reach out to these guys and have them work on behalf of the family. So much appreciation. Fairfax, I hear you. New York, shout out. Miami. All right. We from all over, and we represent. You're the type of YouTubers everyone should support. Keep up the great work, Rob. Man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I definitely don't do this for the money because there ain't none. And I don't monetize these videos anyway. Well, this is a replay. This, if it's not alive, I'm not going to monetize. I'm not going to monetize anything that has to do with that issue. So, okay, let's go to my bullet points. Oh, let me start this before I even go, because there's enough people. We got 69 people in the room right now. I need some likes, please like if you can. Before I go through the bullet points of the timeline of what John is also, if you hear him, people call him Roger. John is Roger. That's his middle name. And Ronell. So I just want to make sure if you hear those, the names are interchangeable for John and Roger. And people going, John, who's John? Roger, oh man, I went to school with him. And thank you guys for everyone who has reached out to. If you can, on their behalf, send me a short 30-second video too, just as character references for them. We need the other people who are viewing to know how good these guys are. And now that I've been talking to the dad, we've spent a lot of hours talking. And let me tell you something. This is a good family. The family has done nothing but support their kids, these boys. The property, let me tell you something. They were living the life down there. I mean, it was good. It was good. They befriended the locals. Spoke Spanish. I mean, they did due diligence as far as I'm concerned. What happened was tragic, and I consider it a railroad, and it's just a travesty. So let's see what we can't do for them, okay? So if I miss some of these, you stop me. And if it's a ridiculous statement, I'm either going to delete it or ban from the channel. So if I get something that's just absurd, and you know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to release it. But appreciate everybody here who is here to support. So a bit of news first I want to put out on the Reed case. I'd had so many comments in the beginning, and I would respond to most of them. Yes, that's the $200,000 question. That's the $192,000 question right there. Was the deal final? Okay. Was the deal final? If you recall the last video I put out on Timothy Reed, or his last video, he actually posted the morning of his murder. And that's where he just let it all out. And he did the walkthrough of the apartment. He said all the stresses he's gone through. The owner was this way, all the stuff that he had to go through. This was Friday, the 16th, if I'm not mistaken, of April. Okay, again, he was killed on the 20th, 4 days later. So that Friday, he said, okay, he got his new place. He did the walkthrough. You saw there was nothing inside. So they hadn't moved in. Then he also mentioned while he was out there was a lockdown weekend, which means that they weren't moving over the weekend either. And he also mentioned that Monday, he had some other paperwork to fill out Monday morning. Okay, Tuesday rolls around, and that's when he posts that video to he let it all out, all the issues that he'd been having, the stress that he'd been going through, and the fact that he was literally, when he mentioned when he mentioned somebody, he looked over his shoulder to make sure, I don't know, maybe I'm reading something into that, but it looked like he was worried, not just stressed. He was supposed to fill out some paperwork Monday. We found out that he did not fill that paperwork out. Okay. The following morning, he's sitting across the street. There was a neighbor who said he was summoned to the corner. So was he waiting for paperwork to be delivered and fill out, or what? But as of now, that deal did not go through. The deed did not pass. So what does that mean? I can't tell you that. But, I mean, you're going to put whatever thoughts you already had, you're probably going to add to it already. So I'm not going to add to it any further, but to say that the deal did not go through. Okay, which means, because I even asked the young lady in the video, so what happened to the property? Does this mean that the owner gets to keep the property? It's still in his name and he's got the money too? And she said, I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. Well, she's still living there. The prior owner still owns the property. I'm going to leave it there. I'll put that out there. You can put whatever you want on that. There's a lot more going on and a lot more I need to find out, because the Reed family is stepping up and handling this. But I didn't want to comment too much in the past because I don't want to interfere with between the embassy and the police officers there. So before I report fully on that, I want to know exactly what's been done, because as of a week and a half ago, before my last live, supposedly there was some information that was going to be stated by the embassy, which I'm still not aware of. So let me read a couple more and then I'm going to jump in and let's see. Okay, he says, I just moved here a week ago. El Tereso, Medellin, been watching your videos for a while. Appreciate it, Huey. EE says, hello. I didn't go too far down. We got, let's see. Oh, shoot. I went too far down. Okay, I got Annie from Germantown, Maryland. Yeah, peace from Miami. We got Fairfax. Abrafo, thank you much for joining us. Femi, 820, thank you from Fairfax. Another DMVer from New York. Annie, appreciate you joining us again. Howard Cooper, hey there from Honolulu. You're the type of YouTubers that we should support. I appreciate it again. Thank you for that, Victor. Jay Beers says, do they have any bank statements that can confirm their alibis? I know it's a very cash-oriented economy, which I just found out recently too, because they take the US dollar. But he says, but I know it was 2017, but is there any way to contact any of the establishments in Baños? And that's what has been done, and there's limits on that because it was so long ago. I can't offer any details more than what's out there already, because I want to know what I'm talking about before I put that part out. But trust me, we're discussing this now. From Willow, Alaska. Wow, we got Alaska in here. I had to think about AK for a second. Okay. We need this on Instagram. It would get more notice. And I'm from Northeast DC. Shayna, thank you so much. And they do it, and use the hashtag Justice Ecuador that you see scrolling across the bottom. It is on Instagram. My Instagram, and I told you guys this before, I'm still learning how to use it. So I'm going to end up having to pay somebody to manage that for me. There's not enough hours in the day to do what I'm doing right now. But thank you for that, Shayna. And by the way, what part of Northeast DC? I lived in Riggs Park for a little while too. Let's see, Oakland, California. So Jay says, oh, you're in Oakland and you get around. And Bejo, we know, in Colombia. Thanks for joining us again, Jay. You're up, brother. Jason says, they're one for me. Okay, hello. He says, I just moved here a week ago, El Tereso, Medellin. Been watching your videos for a while. I appreciate that, Huey. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support from my Medellin people, from my Guatemala people, from my DC people, and people who just want to travel to Medellin and get to Colombia safely and want to travel abroad and back safely. And by the way, I am leaving the country again next month. And no, it's not to Medellin. We're going to France, I think. Fred says, I share every info you put out. Thank you so much. And told them to put it on their social media. Fred, you the man. I got to put you up. Fred, you are the man. Let me read it again. I share every info you put out. Thank you. And not to push anybody to share all of my videos. By all means, sharing is caring. But this video right here, these two videos of these two brothers, we still need to get this going. All the videos for the Reed family, we still need to continue to keep those going. We still have new people that come along them every day, but it's not like boom, okay. Because you need boom before it gets larger and larger and larger and grows. So we need that. Napoleon says, great work, Rob, from Boston. Man, we're from all over. The BB says, blessings to Rob. Thank you, guys. Let's see, JBS establishments they visited. Maybe someone can help them where they are in Banos during the time. So we're looking into that. Like I said, there have been discussions over the past 24, 48, 72, you name it. This is big discussion. So it's not like I work and then rest. I work and I sit here till my legs are sore and I got to get up from this desk and walk around. But then I end up coming back or end up going in the other room and it's WhatsApp. And it's WhatsApp to here to there and from WhatsApp from there to here. So there's literally not enough hours in a day to do what I have to do or what I want to do. And that's why I'm reaching out to you guys. I need your assistance, please. I'm still in California. Oh, okay. I got you. Says J Love. Let's see. DC, what's the latest on Mr. Reed? That was the latest. If you didn't hear that already, if there's anything else, I need to get an update from the Reed family and check my emails. I apologize if I haven't gotten to your email yet. The answers to all my problems may be in these emails, but I physically cannot get to them because they're detailed emails. They're not like, hey, Rob, look under the couch, or hey, Rob, look over there, or maybe it's this. It's detailed stuff. So, and to go through this, it's time consuming and I'm jumping from here to there and the phone will ring and the email and I want to get up the comments and I'm a day behind now on the comments. And again, and I put this out in the beginning, if you are commenting, I see that. I'm doing my best to keep up within a day. But if you comment on a reply, I don't see it. I only see it on my phone if I scroll back, but I physically cannot do it. I just don't have enough time to do that right now. Fred Matthews says, right. LOL. Let's see. The opinionated, it sounded like they didn't sign contract. So what does this mean in Colombia? Well, the deed didn't pass. There is no deal. Where's the $192,000? The owner has it. And the owner knows how to get in touch with the Reed family, of course, because his stated fiance is still in his building. And she knows how to reach out to the family. And there's something else there I'm not even going to get into yet. But until I get more details and scrub up on this, it's just so much going on right now. The opinionated says it sounded like they didn't sign contracts, so it doesn't mean hey, there you go. Curtis D says, "Oh my God, wow, that's a mess." Says one Hananame, Hanami. Shayna says SMFH. We all know what that is exactly. If the deed did not pass, then that is the entire case right there. The person who had to gain from the situation needs to be investigated. Well, I gave you this list of people who should have been investigated all along, and there's basically 4 prime suspects or persons of interest. How about that? Is that fair to say? There were at least 4 persons of interest. And I think, yeah, that list helps it become a little bit smaller. And there's a couple other pieces to the pie I'm just not going to share right now. But do me a favor, support the Reed family. Again, this Timothy Revell Reed Senior Fund, do me a favor, help out. Let's see, Femi A20 says if the deed did not pass, then that's the same one, did not pass. The person who had to gain from the situation needs to be investigated, of course. Sardo Numsa says, yeah, it's going to pass on in Colombia. Oh, Sardo says, yeah, I'm going to pass on Colombia. I feel you, but you still got to travel. I'm going to Colombia, maybe not to Barranquilla. I'm going to Medellin again. Maybe not announce it. Maybe not, record and post while I'm there, because they kind of know who I am now. J. Bias says, bees. Gary Mack, I thought we had a safe haven in Latin America. I guess I was wrong. I mean, there's a lot of countries that are struggling financially, and desperate people do desperate things. And so the risk is higher. It's rated as I think it's on level 4 right now. And if I'm not mistaken, 4 is the highest, which is a number given by the State Department as to whether or not you should travel. And I think the number one reason is COVID-19. And then right behind that is crime. They also mentioned getting drugged and kidnapped. Don't forget getting kidnapped, people. But I mean, I'm never going to tell anybody don't go. I can't tell you whether or not to go or not. I just want you to go. Wherever you go, travel safely, and then return. And remember, don't get stuck like Chuck. You come up with a positive PCR test or antigen test before you head it back, and you're not headed back. I know people say, and I will probably try it. If I had it and I don't feel anything, I'm fine. I'm going to Mexico. So somebody tell me what do we got to do to go to Mexico from Colombia? Is it that easy? Just get on a flight and fly? Because they're not checking. I would assume that airlines are not checking in Colombia before you leave. Okay, Professor. So Lexington Park, Maryland. Where's Lexington Park? Not familiar with that. Lexington Park. Okay. Let's see. So I don't forget. Okay. Shayna says, so he paid them people for what? I mean, you see it, Shayna. I mean, that's the biggest thing I can release right now. There's more information, but before I put something out, I need to think about what I'm going to put out. Have you heard more about the American who was killed in Cali? No, I have not. I have not heard anything about an American that got killed. Well, I've heard about it because people keep telling me about it, but then when you go research for it, or I ask these people for links, I don't see anything about it. I heard an American got shot in the mall. I heard he was a YouTuber, and I heard someone else talking about that, but I cannot find any stories on it. Remember this, not every crime you're going to see in the news. They're able to keep some things quiet. I mean, they're able to keep a lot of stuff quiet. I mean, think about it. This story about the brothers, did you know about it before I brought it to you? It was there. It was there for 4 years. This story is there. Why is this not on mainstream media? You need to know that the embassy was there through the trial. So the embassy knows it's a joke. It's a joke. And they had to file some sort of report. That we're going to deal with that later, though. Okay. Lexington Park, J.M. Ramiro says, hi, sir, your work is admirable. You will receive a lot of blessings for your hard work. Thank you. I need the blessings. I need those blessings. Again, right quick, shout out and thanks to Alan. Shout out and thanks to O, who helps me with everything. Councilman Imam Alfred Muhammad, thank you so much, sir. You've been a godsend. Thank you for following up with me also. I don't want to pester you. So, I'm going to reach out to you, but I don't want to pester you. And I have not reached out to Minister Conrad Muhammad after you put us in touch. I'm just overwhelmed right now, but we need to do each other's shows between Conrad Muhammad. Now, Conrad Muhammad, if you're not familiar with him, he used to be in the Nation of Islam, and he used to head Mosque number 7 in Harlem. If that sounds familiar, that is where Malcolm X had his mosque. Or that was his mosque when he was alive. But he's since, man, his life is, there's a book. If he comes out with a book, I'm going to read it. But hopefully I can touch base with Minister Conrad Muhammad again. Between he and Imam Alfred Muhammad, thank you guys so much. They have been a godsend. So we need all the help we can get. And these people know people. So that's what I'm saying. We need to get to these people. So if you can share, please do. Okay. Victor says he needed his property under his name. It's called a noticiario. For example, it's like buying a car and sign the title. You go to the RMV, I guess DMV, and have the new title under your name. There you go. Well, it was never passed. Okay, Shana says, okay, Rhode Island, I got you. Okay. Rhode Island and Southeast? Rhode Island and Southeast. I know Rhode Island all the way up Northwest through Maryland. Rhode Island and Northeast? I got to look that up and see. Southeast. Yeah. I can't picture that. I know Rhode Island Northeast and Northwest. Okay, Rico Lazur, Southeast checking in. Another South Capitol. What? We know about South Capitol Street all day. We need some, okay. What? JWB, okay. And those who don't know, that's Junkyard Band. Let me see if I can't find something for you, Rico. J Love says, Oakland is my home. Okay. Primarily raised here. Okay, gotcha. RC Pilot, let me get that. I'm going to hold off on a few of these comments. Hopefully this stays put right here, but I want to read the bullet points that I have. I have on my other monitor though. And this is the story of everything that happened. And I need to limit myself to at least another 30 to 45 minutes also, because we're going to jump back on the phone shortly after. This is in the words. This is coming from the brothers, from Roger and Ronell Stevenson. Okay, so the police entered their farm at 5 a.m. March 11, 2017. Now, the bullet point didn't start here, but I'm going to add another bullet point in this because I think what's missing is the deceased family was on their property before the cops came. They were there between a couple of different stories. Seems like 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. They were on the site. Now, most places I know in America, and well, let's put it in this time zone, 3 or 4, and they're in the same time zone, just straight down. 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning is dark. And now they live in the jungle, in the woods, So their family was out in the woods behind their house while they were asleep. And then the police didn't show up until 5 a.m. So there we get to the first bullet point. Then the police searched the house and farm. Okay. 7 a.m. a prosecutor presented himself. That's at 7 a.m. I guess he showed up afterwards. And just imagine what's going on in their house. 7:30 a.m. they were put in handcuffs and escorted to a police vehicle. Roger was attacked by a mob of Shuar. That is the indigenous people that are in that area. The Shuar. SHUAR. If you want to look it up. Look that up. We've got a lot of videos to share too. They were then transported to Macas, a 2-hour drive for security reasons. Now, this was, I'm not sure if this is when the bus had to pull up, but they had to have a police escort to get them out of there. And I don't know if this is in here, but as soon as they left the property, the family of the deceased burned the entire property down, burned down cameras, burned each little house. I think it was 4 houses on the property. Burn each one down to ashes. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Transported to Macas, 2-hour drive for security reasons. 10 a.m. in Macas, spoke to the U.S. Embassy. 10 p.m. returned to Palor, which is the town they were in, Palor, to speak to the prosecutor. 12 a.m. informed that they were charged. They were informed that they were charged with possession of marijuana, cocaine, and 2 firearms. Okay. You know, I've sat in a lot of cases, and when the prosecutor gets up first and says stuff, you got to go, oh man, really? Really? Then when you hear the defense get up and go, okay, so this was likely flour. Okay. So which means what? Not only the flour, they had discussed, okay, they do weed, but it's under it's so small. What was it, an ounce or something? It was a small bag. So, and they don't arrest you for that. And that's why both of these cases, in that case and the 2 firearms, they had 2 antique guns, neither of which would fire. So those aren't considered weapons. So all those charges got dropped before they got reinstated. Okay, they were told that they were told that they found 2 bodies on the farm, bodies not identified yet. Then the public defender and the translator were presented. 1 a.m., we saw the judge and the prosecutor ask for preventative lockup because we were in possession of drugs and guns. Okay, no mention of the 2 bodies on the farm. The judge denies bail, says 30 days for the investigation for the drugs and the 10 days for the investigation of the guns. Now, for the police to even come on the property, they had to be told that they were growing. They had a cocaine plantation. Oh, you got to go get these Americans out there. These people got money. They putting on parties on there. They bought this property. They built up the road. They built up the homes, put new roofs on it. These people got money. They got to have a plantation. Now, the indigenous have been on their property on and off the entire time because it's 125 acres. And like Ronell said, you cannot monitor 125 acres. But there was no cocaine plantation, of course. So that was the premise to even get on the property, which was false. Okay. Now, we know in this country alone, that's enough to drop it. You didn't have probable cause to come on their property in the first place. So, but in short, very little drugs. The white stuff that was flour. And then the 2 guns did not fire. So, and by the way, when they said that they had guns on the property, they said it was like police style armament, like they had some type of armory there, which was not true. Let's see. Okay, the public defender and the translator were presented at 1 a.m. We saw the judge, prosecutor asked for preventive lockup. Okay, no mention of 2 dead bodies. Judge denies bail. Says 30 days for investigation for drugs and 10 days for the investigation of the guns. Okay, March 17th. Again, it initially happened on the 11th. So March 17th, a week later, this says Ronell Stevenson, Roger Stevenson, and Joanna Chikaza were charged, and that was Roger's wife, was charged with homicide of Giro Zamarenda and his cousin Klinger. At that time, the judge was Maria Gabriela Estrella Sanchez and informed us that we have 90 days to a 90-day investigation period. In this time, these events took place. Okay, March 17th, escorted with a military escort in helmets and bulletproof vests. I want you to get the imagery of this, okay? They were escorted with a military escort and bulletproof vest and helmets. Okay, the court case was held in Palora. Again, that's the city they were in for our safety. We were taken to a Macas courthouse, which is another city 2 hours away again, a courthouse to view the judge by video conference. They obtained legal counsel, and the name of their lawyers are here. July 5th, so we see from March to July 5th, 2017, they were taken to court. There was a change of prosecutor to this gentleman. The prosecutor blamed the judge for allowing an illegal warrant and needs another 90 days to do this, his investigation, and to fix the errors of the ex-prosecutor. Okay. The new prosecutor visited the prison. They interviewed John Stevenson and Joanna Chikaza, and Jaramillo was present. December 19th, and while we're jumping ahead a lot of days, but these are the key points of what happened. So December 19th, if you're in here, please, can I get a like? Can I get a like? Please comment. Please, more than anything, share this. Share the other 2 videos more than anything. December 19th, the beginning of the trial. At this time, Ronell Stevenson did not have a translator. There were 3 judges on the panel. And the trial continued, and the prosecutor, how they work it is, it's not just one judge or a jury. It is a 3-judge panel. Okay, so the trial continued, and the prosecutor and the victim's lawyer presented their case. At this time, 6 crucial pieces of evidence were presented. One, the family of the victim, Guido and Klinger, were present on the land and at 3 a.m. prior to the police and prosecutor. Okay, so they're saying the bodies were there on the land, which was admitted by Stalin Zamarena. The family of the deceased was present at 3 a.m. So here's one story saying 3 a.m. Well, this is, as far as the boys know, it was 3 a.m., which was admitted by the father on the stand. By the way, the father on the stand got up and said that these were good guys. They were friends of their son. I can't think of why this would be them. I don't, just everything good about the brothers. And then at some point, he flipped and went all the way in another direction, and there was no other new information. And I'm going to tell you this right now, and most of you people know it. And if anybody is in Ecuador that knows this, they want that property. They want that property. And supposedly some of the indigenous believe that you can't sell the land anyway. It's like the Indians in this country. They thought, how can somebody sell and buy land? This is God gave us this. They didn't fathom that. But this was their property, and they purchased this from a gentleman in Canada. 125 acres. I want you to get in your mind what 125 acres is. The average house is probably on a 1/10 of an acre. If you got a 1/4 of an acre, you got, a lot of land. Imagine an acre or 2 acres, a lot. So 125 acres in the woods, in the jungle. We call it the woods here. I call that the jungle there. The Amazon. Okay, so the family of the deceased was on the property at 3 a.m. Now remember, the police got there at 5:30. Okay, so number 2, the dirt that was found in Guido and Klinger's mouths and body were not from the farm, presented by a forensic scientist. So the thought is these 2 gentlemen, the deceased, were killed. They were suffocated. They were buried alive. Well, they were buried alive somewhere else because they had different dirt in their mouth and lungs than was anywhere on the farm. Note that. And I want you to remember as I go through this, a representative from the embassy sat through all of this. Okay. The time of death and location was never determined. 3, the DNA was found on Giru and Klinger. Forensic testified to not testing the DNA. Semen, skin, and possible blood were found and never tested. So here's a gory detail. There was semen found in one of the young men's anus. Okay. That semen was never tested. The DNA was never tested. I mean, okay, this is so blatant that why wouldn't you test that? Is that not evidence? Would that not be profound evidence? Okay, skin, nothing, blood, nothing was tested. Okay. 5, crime scene was burned and destroyed by the Shuar community March 11th. And this is the day that it happened at 10 a.m. The police testified that they had to leave the crime scene because they were outnumbered by the victim's family. Police testified that they were chased off the farm and witnessed people steal and burn the property. So what they couldn't steal and take, they killed animals, because they had chickens, they had all different type of things out there, or geese or whatever they had. They killed the animals, and I think that neighbor had his cows roaming on the farm. They killed the cows. They burned every structure down to ashes. Immediately, as they were, the cops were still there. The cops had to run, and the cops didn't go back. Are you hearing this? So, crime scene was burned, destroyed by Shuar community. Okay, so that's and remember the 2 gentlemen that were killed were Shuar. And one of the gentlemen was a good friend of Ronell and Roger. They were a good friend. He was a DJ at their club that they had. And this DJ, when you hear club too, it's not like club, disco party on. This is where they put on events for the community. In my next video, I'm going to share some of the pictures so you'll see. 6, evidence showed that there were cameras present and they were all destroyed by the fire. Instead of the police right away saying, okay, let's get the memory cards out of these cameras, neglect. The police ran from the indigenous and they never came back to look for details, for information, for evidence. Okay, the trial was suspended until January 16, 2018. Okay, so you see how time is just pushing on. And if you know Ronell and John or Roger, this has got to be rough to know that they're having to go through this unjustly, especially when you know him, you know them, and you know they are good guys. And you know they could never do anything like this. So neighbors, high school friends, people who know them in Ecuador, we're going to bring up a lot of, I'm going to get a lot of information from friends and so on over the next coming week. So bear with me on this. It's just, again, like I said, not enough hours in the day. It was suspended until January 16th. At that time, Ronell and John were convicted of murder, and Joanna Chikaza was acquitted of murder. Ronell and John were sentenced to 24 years. Okay, and then you may ask, what's the evidence? Because I ask this to myself every day. Why do I keep pushing? Because how can you not? How can you not do something? How can you let this happen and you don't do anything about it? Right is right. And we got to stand up. We got to be vocal. We have to be heard on this issue. We have to reach out to our congressmen and our senators. And I'm going to give you those names soon. Then they applied for an appeal in Marcus on basis of contamination of evidence and judges. The new lawyer added to help recommended by the prior lawyer. Then petition for change of judges for new judges in the appeal to Marcus, because I want you to hear this. They had the same 3-judge panel for the drugs. They had the same 3-judge panel for the guns. They had the same 3-judge panel for the murder. And get this, for the appeal, had the same 3. How do you appeal to the same people? Okay, what is it? Human Rights Watch will be hearing about this soon if they're not aware already. So let's see. April 6, 2018, appeal was heard in Marcus. The petition for change of judges was denied, and at that time they were raised. They want you to get this. April 16th, the appeal was heard in Marcus, and the petition for change of judges was denied because they wanted to have a different judge than the people who had just sentenced them. How could they honestly go back on what they had just said was right? So, let's see, the judges was denied, and at that time they raised the sentence from 24 to 38 years and 8 months. So not only did they uphold we said that, and we uphold what we said, they're hearing their own appeal. Where does that happen at? What does a judge hear the same argument, the same appeal? And then not only that, they changed it from 24 years to 34 years. For what? Still, I ask you, where's the evidence? Applied for appeal in Quito with the National Court. September 11, 2020, appeal in Quito was heard by a judge, and the decision was concurrent with Marcus. After the appeal was heard, the judge agreed with the 34 years, 8 months. At this moment, John and Ronell Stevenson are serving their sentence, where they are in a maximum security prison for the murder that they did not commit or proven to have committed, commit the murders. They have been denied, and I'm reading their words, they have been denied proper translators during the trial process. It's the job of the prosecutor to provide the translators for anybody who's not a national, no matter what country you're in. If you're in Colombia, or you're in Guatemala, or El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, wherever you are, they have to give you the translator. In this case, they did not. Lawyers did not investigate it, were not present for evidence discoveries. The prosecutor did not investigate until 90 days after the arrest. where the video and testimony were tampered, lost, changed, or never found. They threw out the process where they asked by the victim's lawyer to pay bribes. They were asked to pay bribes. Now, I know a lot of you people have already volunteered, just pay them off, and we can discuss that later, but, you know, that's not how it should happen. And the other person's representative should not come to you for money in compensation. Oh, we'll stay out of prison and we'll pay you, and you just admit you did it. Well, they didn't do it, so they're not going to admit guilt. Okay. Let's see. We were attacked by a gang of 20 people for intimidation to pay the victim's family off. When we did not pay, they transferred us to a maximum security prison during our 90-day investigation period. We spent 60 days in the maximum security prison. During that time, we did not get to give our DNA for examination and also did not have a psychological evaluation. By being denied those rights, forensics didn't do the test and the judges did not have a mental evaluation on us. Again, I'm reading their words. When asked for a change of jurisdiction, we were denied our due rights under the law. The intimidation done by the family of the victims on social media and television impacted our case tremendously. My brother and I are pleading for your help. We have no option here. Corruption and the language barrier has been difficult on our families because only my brother Roger lives in Ecuador and all of our families in America and do not speak Spanish. So Roger speaks Spanish and is fluent. But again, I played this in the last one, and I want to share their words again. You need to hear it from them.
Hi, my name is Roger John Stevenson, and this is my brother Linnell Stevenson. The last 4 years of our life have been a complete nightmare. We are in an Ecuadorian prison, sentenced to 34 years, 8 months, for a murder of a dear friend that we did not commit. We beg you to please, please share this video. Without your help, we cannot come home. Please share this video.
Okay. So there you have it. This is upsetting. Let me get through a few more of the comments. I got an RC pilot in the house from Atlanta, Georgia. Curtis on the reads. The owner still owns the property. Did Timothy's family ever get paperwork for credit cards, etc., or is she still not responding for even that? Well, she's not responding for anything. She reached out for something, but it wasn't for their benefit. I'll leave that at that. RC Pilot says, did I lose you? Oh, I think I did. Where was I? Okay. Traveled abroad. Haven't been to Colombia yet, says RC Pilot. Okay. Juan says, evening DC Rob, nice you helping out these brothers, and was judged by a kangaroo court. Absolutely. Let's see. Why didn't he just return the money to Timothy's family? Why didn't, I mean, that question I cannot answer. Okay. Charles says, wow, like everything, let's see. C says, wow, like everything, don't wear the gringo uniform. Okay. J Love says, a safe haven in South America. You got to be kidding. Oh, somebody said, there goes our, there goes our safe haven. J Love is from Bejo, just outside of Medellin. So he's got insight that we need. Okay, C says, I wear zero jewelry, zero watch, not even a fake one. There you go. I wear a watch. That's about it. No jewelry. Take your jewelry off. You know, I say this every time. Take your jewelry off. Don't go to any of these countries with your jewelry on. Leave it at home. Don't think you're going to get there and then leave it in your safe. Don't take it at all. I mean, it may save your life. Why? I mean, again, there's desperate people in need. And I think I told you, and I haven't edited the last 2 videos of when I was in Medellin. I have about 5 or 6 videos in the hole right now, then I don't have time to edit them. I spoke to an attorney last week about dating in Colombia. I don't have time to edit that and put it out. I'm so far behind. But you guys need to know times are hard down there. I saw outside of my last Airbnb, and I was above a restaurant off of 70 in Laureles, which is in Medellin. And I saw the restaurant put the garbage out to the curb. And during the next 24 hours, I noticed at least 15 occasions where people went through the trash digging for food. They would eat, smell it, throw it away, eat, and keep on moving. Then somebody else would come, take the plastic bottles out and keep on moving. Then somebody else would come and eat, take the glass and keep on moving. And it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me see where I was. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Don't wear that. And again, three things again, my main three suggestions are, if you're going to any Spanish speaking country, number 1, speak Spanish. Number 2, learn Spanish. Number 3, learn Spanish. All 3, learn Spanish. Don't go there if you're not familiar with the language. You will be lost. And when I tell you it's a culture shock, I want you to remember me telling you this when you land. It's serious. It's for real, because people are talking a totally different language. And if you don't speak it at all, you're totally lost, because I'm telling you, 99% don't speak English. They only speak Spanish, and they have their hardcore accent too. And they talk really fast. And I'm telling you, if you're not quick, if you don't even know the basics. Now, I know how to get around. I know the basics. I'm nowhere near fluent. But I know enough to get myself out of trouble. So learn Spanish. Okay, Lexington Park. Okay, Southern Maryland. I got you. Okay, down 3 when you say Southern Maryland. Jay says, too many Americans are definitely blinded by Medellin. I'm Colombian, and it's a very dangerous country. He's telling you it's a very dangerous country, especially during the pandemic. Yeah, it was rough. But you know, heck, I was just there a month or so ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I was half locked down. Now all of a sudden they're out, everything's open. Well, I know. Do you think crime disappeared now? Nope, they just opened up the door to the bank. Okay, C says, I'm Latin American, fluent in Spanish, but once I speak, he says, once I speak, from my accent, they can tell that I'm not from Colombia. And I like the way you spelled that, Colombia, see, because a lot of people need to remember. I just stopped doing it, stopped correcting people after a while, but Colombia is with a O, Colombia, not Columbia. It's not a U, okay, in Colombia. It's COLO. So just for future references. Okay, let's see. Somebody interviewed the girlfriend of the man who got shot in Cali. Okay. Yeah, so he got shot, he didn't die. It was the same person that was he was in a mall, I believe. Okay, C says, North California in the house. Paul says, keep up the great videos. Just take care, from Great Britain. Okay, wow. Okay, you got everybody beat on distance right there, I think. Paul, thanks for checking in. What time is it there? I'll be in your neck of the woods in a month. J Love, every department in Colombia is different, in different dialects and accents. So yeah, they'll know where you're from. You can't come there and you think because you're from Texas and you speak Spanish and you're fluent, when you go there, they know. Okay, it's simple as that. The best way for them not to know is don't talk. So if I don't talk, I may be able to get away with buenos. That's my best buenos right there. See, are you from Northern California? Annie says, very sad. Did this occur while they were in Baños, the murder and the burial? I wonder if it was premeditated by the family, knowing they'd be away. Well, they easy to know when they're away, because this is their, if people came by, they would know they weren't in town. And heck, they probably told them, we're taking our parents to Baños so they can take a bus back to Quito. So it's absurd. I think they said they were growing weed. Might be legal there. It is legal there to have a little bit, but I don't believe that. I don't know if they said I don't think he was growing it. Cocaine plants grow like weeds everywhere. Not there. I think it's more Peru, Colombia. I don't think they're known for it. Howard, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. New subscriber, thank you for joining us. Love my new subscribers. Much appreciated. Eric B says, keep up the great work. Cops are not armed, says EE. JBS says, nightmare. J Love says, you can't be applauded and appalled and shocked to what goes on in other countries, especially in developing countries. I'm not shocked by the least bit over this situation in Ecuador. I got your point, Jay. Mr. Shep says, if only I could remember a guy who commented on the first video saying not to waste time and energy on this case. I tore him a new one. Yeah, somebody commented something early in this one that I deleted it, and that's why you don't see more of that garbage. I've always been taught to stand up when I hear something wrong. I heard somebody comment something just in general passing about homosexuals. Well, I'm not against, what is it, homophobic. I don't care. You know, I'm not divisive. Don't throw the word Democrat at me or Republican. I don't care. I mean, they're all in the same group as far as I'm concerned. And none of them work unless they have a reason to. So the reason has to be to their benefit or to their detriment. So how do we need to roll with this? We need to make it to their benefit for them to be elected again, or to their detriment that they won't get elected again. I mean, they need to stand up for their constituents, and that's what we expect of them, and hopefully this will come to fruition. Okay. The indigenous people that offered the brothers of bribes were involved in the murder of those victims, even if they were family members. Thank you, Eddie. So, Eddie, where are you, by the way? And if you're in Ecuador, do me a favor and let me know. Fetty Master says, hola, Rob, I tried to reach you on Instagram. Get me used to, I used to work around the media, so I have a few names for you. IG, Trinidad Shaka. Okay, do me a favor, send me an email. I'm keeping up with my emails as best I can, but send it to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. Roy Nell says, stay strong. Fred Matthews says, oh no. Rod says, what's the story? HD Chillin', thank you for staying with me. He says, appreciate your work, brother. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much for that. It is greatly appreciated, because I'm not monetizing those videos. So, and I've barely done, you guys know, I was doing 2 to 3 videos, update videos on Colombia and Medellin, and I just physically don't have the time anymore to do it. I want to speak to somebody because I'd like to forward you or send you to somebody else to get that information, because there's another gentleman that offers valuable information if you're leaving now. Also, leaving now or soon. Also, join the group. Join our group. If you want to get information from other like-minded travelers, whether to Colombia or not, but this is specific to Colombia. Doesn't matter where you're going. Cartagena, don't get caught at the Cartagena airport. Oh, I have to interview her. If you remember the young lady that got caught up a few weeks ago. She did go back, by the way. If you haven't seen my video since then, the young lady that got caught at the airport and held overnight and sent back, her, another young lady and a gentleman in the same little room as our last guy did, as Manfred did. Same night, they kept them there and then shortened her trip. So her trip was due back, let's say the next Saturday. Well, they said, nope, they changed her return flight. They can do that. They changed her return flight. So she paid for her return back. So then she had to pay to come back and leave again. But she came back the next day again because she had a wedding party. She was the one that put it all together. So that was unfortunate, to say the least. By the way, when she did get back, I asked her, checked on her the next day if she got in okay. She said, when they scanned her, they swipe your passport, and they said, hey, did you have problems here a couple of days ago? And she was like, yes. And they made a couple of phone calls. They talked to her Airbnb host, and they spoke highly of her, and they let her in. She didn't have any problem after that. But it's challenging at Cartagena. But join our group. It's not just for Cartagena, not just for Medellin, not just for Barranquilla, Bucaramanga. Join our group. Send me your WhatsApp number and your name to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. Okay. So I don't know if it'll do anything, but I just tagged at VP, at POTUS, the link to your video. Let's see. Put some words in there too. Please look into this. Please look into the unfair, unjust conviction of 2 Americans in Colombia. I mean, there's got to be a State Department report written on this. So, okay, I'm going to go for another 15 minutes, and I need to jump on another call. So let me get through as many as I can. Starsphere says, 20, thanks for your work. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for joining me here too. Okay, and I see a Starsphere ship. Give me a $20 super chat. So thank you so much. Much appreciated for the super chat. J Love says, did you know the brothers back in DC, Rob? No, but you know what? I know when I talked to the dad and I found out where the building was, I know the building. I know the building. Prince Yellow butts out, pants speaks. Of course, they are lying. Okay. Who is lying? AO Zone, with the evidence destroyed while under watch of the police, the case should have collapsed. Exactly. The authorities failed in their basic duty to ensure a fair trial. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, please share. Remember the hashtag. That's why I'm leaving this one scrolling at the bottom. Hashtag Justice Ecuador. Justice Ecuador. Please use it everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything. Please use it. Okay. Annie said, thanks again for the $20 super chat. Stars for ship. You need to put audio in here. Annie says, yes, DC, they will kill you. Tag Oprah too. Thank you, Jay Bias. BS. And Beyonce. There you go. Go big, right? Hey, believe it. Shoot. I pulled it up and then I got pulled away in another. I was on Kim Kardashian's page. Yeah, you can get a Kim Kardashian. We need to, you know how many followers she's got? I mean, it's insane. It's insane. Yes, go big. Why go small? I say go small and big because this person could take you there to there and you never know who knows who. Okay. There you go. Kim and Kanye Kardashian, says Jose. There you go. Have them to help. Now, a lot of people give me suggestions, and most of the time when I'm reading an email, you may want to follow up with this person or reach out to that person. I do. I stop the email and go and log on to Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and I do it. But keep in mind, it's not that easy as emailing them and they go, oh, wait, what did Rob send me? It's not that easy. I did this so much in the Reed case, hundreds, not exaggerating. And I'm talking, you pick them. And name a name, somebody in the news media, and tell me I didn't go after them. And he says, have to help them. Absolutely. Please. Okay. If you can sing along in salsa songs, you will fit in. Okay. That's EE. Paul Wise says it's 0024 in Britain. Okay. So it's early in the morning. Thanks for staying up with us, Paul. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you, man. One Hanami. If I'm mispronouncing some of these, bear with me. I know it's just as hard to try to pronounce DC-born Rob. Sometimes I get in an Uber and they think I'm African because I got so many consonants in my name. They try to pronounce it. How do you pronounce your name? Okay, what happened to the girlfriend partner that was arrested with the brothers? Is she in prison? No, she was released about a month later. And the reason was, I believe, is because she was pregnant at that time. Teresa Ahmad, thank you for the $19.99, the $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for your donations. Any donations are greatly appreciated and welcome. Also, again, let me shout out again to Alan, my biggest supporter. Shout out to O, my biggest assistant, my biggest help. I cannot do what I'm doing without his assistance. The level of intellect and his abilities have way surpassed mine, I readily admit. And he's good with details and reading. You know, I'm the type of person, when I see a lot of 5 pages or something, I get intimidated and, oh, well, let me go find another shorter one. He's good with that type of stuff and can pull the details out of it. So thank you so much, O, for helping me too. Again, Councilman Imam Alfred Muhammad, thank you, sir. Again, thank you for reaching back and for introducing me to Conrad Muhammad. Much appreciation. Okay. And again, I apologize. I can't get to all of them, but I got like another 10 minutes on here. Okay. Jason says, DC Rob, I see face mask on your door. Y'all still have to wear face masks when you go in the stores. Some have a sign up and some don't care about it. Overall, for the state, they say you don't have to, but especially if a restaurant's going to ask it, we wear it to the table, then take it off. And most of the places are spaced out anyway. It's more so, why not? It doesn't cost me anything. Even though I'm vaccinated, why not? I mean, I know about this new variant. I can tell you the last time I watched the news, it's been at least 2 weeks. I haven't had time to watch the news, so I'm less stressed on that. Just less sleep too. Yeah, those are face masks hanging on my door. That's people, y'all noticing stuff. What else I got laying around back here? Let me make sure I cleaned up. Okay. J Love says, you're a good man, Rob. Don't get deterred by the negativity. I'm not. I don't. I mean, people are going to be people, and some people are straight up stupid. They say some stupid stuff. And, you know, I probably, if you know who you are, because I probably told you. But I mean, everybody's different. Everybody has their own point of view. It's just some things are so far absurd, it's stupid. It's just like, really? Why would you even say that? Some things you can keep internally. I mean, is that what you got going on inside that you got to let it out and try to harm someone else? I don't get it. I don't get it. Willie B. Jays says, DC Rob, keep fighting the good fight, brother. We, the community, appreciate all you do. Thank you so much. Nagon says, DC Rob, fire. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. King T says, what's going on with the Timothy case? There's other details I need to get updated on, but the biggest thing that I don't know when you logged on here, but the biggest thing that I could put up is the fact that the business, the property never changed hands fully, which means one thing: the owner still has the property and the money. Remember that. You can go back and check my interview with the young lady, the stated fiance. And I asked her, so what happened with I said, so what happened? Does the owner keep the property and the money too? And she says, no, I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. She don't know nothing about nothing, but she was there every step of the way. I'm not saying she's guilty of anything except being an opportunist, but the fact that she knows everything step by step, because she was his interpreter. She was at the bank. She was at the notary. She was negotiating with the owner, with the realtor, supposedly his attorney. So all these things, or his agent. So she was there. So to say, I don't know nothing about nothing, and you take that for what it is. But we're still working it, and there's a lot more. It's not over with yet. She can't stay there forever. But now if the prior owner still owns the property and still letting her stay there, she's still out getting tattoos. And I mean, again, I'm not accusing her of anything. If she watches this, I'm not accusing you of anything except being an opportunist. And she went silent on me, and that happened around the same time that she said, people say she wanted to talk to me on the phone. And so I listened to her, and she said, people say they're saying bad things, that I moved in after Timothy had died. And I said, well, the 16th, that Friday, he did a walkthrough. That place was empty. It was closed up on the weekend because it was a quarantine, so you didn't move. Monday, he was supposed to fill out some paperwork, so chances are he was busy that day, but it turns out he didn't. So unless they moved in that one day or that morning that he was killed, he literally had a day and a half to move in. So ever since that, she don't talk to me anymore. Then she sent me some wild out stuff that I just ignore. I'm too busy. Okay. Yes. Nagon says, yes, the authorities sacked the evidence. Yeah, I posted to my community movement group, says Jay Bias. Thank you. Well, yes. Thank you. Hey, Rod. I'll go by Rod too. I need that group info. I'm leaving for Barranquilla next Friday. I don't need to be detained. Great show. Hey, Again, if you want to join the group, send me your name and your email address. Oh, I got your name and your WhatsApp number to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. And I will get you in. Let's see. Okay. I know, J Love says, let's see, says, I know I can be straightforward in expressing my opinions. However, it's definitely not my intent to be negative or condescending. Thanks, Rob. No offense taken by you. You one of the people to know a lot. So again, I want to bring you on the show at some point so you can give insight to other brothers that want to go down. But I have a feeling if I bring you on the show, you may deter a lot of people from going to Colombia. Once you tell them your truth, they may go, this is coming from somebody who lives there, and they may hold off on it. So, okay, Femi 820 says she is guilty. Let us call it what it is. She is an accomplice. Well, I have to say, we don't know. We don't know anything for sure like that. When I say I can't say that. So I don't know. I can't say she's guilty. An opportunist? Yes, she's living in this house after the person that she met and dated for 3 months has been murdered out in front of her house where she's supposed to be unsafe and somebody stole the key. She's still there. But I can't say that she did anything. She's an opportunist. That's the description of an opportunist. It's a come up. Look at it like that. I mean, okay, Trading Stock says she called the hit. I can't say that again. And said the name. I can't say that. Okay. Okay. Eddie says an African-American YouTuber who has visited 3 Colombian cities said that, where'd it go? African-American visited 3 Colombian cities, said that he has no doubt that she is involved in Timothy's murder. You want to say the name? So I can go look them up. Anyway, and Eddie also says he's never been to Colombia. I love Colombia. I love Colombia. I love the Colombian people. Everybody has struggles right now. We got struggles here in the U.S. right now. It's just not as bad. So as much, and Jay, you will be happy to hear this, as much as I get on the American government and the American experience, especially for African Americans in this country, I still got to say it's a great country. When I see stories like what has happened to the Reed family and Mr. Reed, and what has happened to Ronell and Roger Stevenson, when I watch what happens to them, and when I read the details of what happened in this court, and they have 35 years in a prison that you can't believe how bad it is, I have to think, I have to say, okay, I am thankful for being here. And now I want to work as hard as I can to meet them here, whether when they're released, I want to be there, or when they get off the airport here in the U.S., I want to be there. Okay, so I'm holding that thought, and I tell them every day, stay in faith. You're not supposed to be there. And if they watch this video, guys, I know you are not supposed to be there. This is not you, and you cannot accept it into your reality. You have to picture yourself outside of there and see it come to fruition. We're going to make it happen. You have help. You are not alone. So rest assured, people are stepping up. And I want to thank those who are stepping up also. Okay. J Love says they won't listen to the women coming too convincing in Colombia. Okay. Street justice all over down that way, says Trading Stock. Curtis D, the owner owns the property still. Why would he want Heidi and infant children running around the property? Sorry, liabilities. You have to go. You're not a tenant. I hear you. Trading Stock says, I love Colombia. I will be there soon. I love Colombia too. I will be there. I just don't know how soon. And when I do, probably can't let you know. King T, if she wasn't working with the people who called the hit, let me put you up. If she wasn't working with the people who called the hit, they would have put her out by now. Has his family filed fraud on the check he used to purchase it? They are dealing with that now. I can't give any more details. Again, there's some things I'm just not going to say, and some things I don't know. Okay. Eddie says, okay, the YouTuber's name is Go Back to Africa. Is it Go Back to Africa or Go Black to Africa? Check him out on YouTube. I will do. Will do. And I'm sure I've seen him. Trading stock. Always use a real estate company and lawyers when purchasing property in Colombia. You're going to want to hear the video. Hopefully, I'm just going to put it up as raw as I can, but you need to listen to the attorney that I interviewed a week ago. That's how backed up I am. I have not put out a video that's already pre-recorded because I don't edit those. Well, I try to put them on the screen and so on and use the green screen, and make it look professional. But I need to do something to get that out because somebody's dating down there and is going to need this information. Somebody wants to get married down there, whether it's a 90-day fiance or whatever. I know there's a bunch of guys who watch my channel who are going down there to meet to date, not just meet to whatever. They're meeting to date and possibly want to get married and find a good woman and get married. But you need to know your liabilities. I will tell you this ahead of that interview. If you are going to get married, get a prenup, okay? If you are going to get married and you're thinking about getting married next week or today or tomorrow, I caught you at the last minute, get a prenup. Get a prenup. If you learn anything, if I can forward any information from that interview before then, get a prenup. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. Eddie said, Eddie gave me the name. Okay. DW Turner, Kemas Rob, where'd he go? Saludos desde Texas, from Texas. I have over 700 views on my TikTok related to the Ecuadorian story. Thank you so much, DW Turner, bro. Thank you so much. We all have to post this story on social media. Thank you so much. Put it out there. Share this video. Those two videos, not necessarily this one where we're just talking and chit-chatting, but those two videos that I did, part 1 and part 2 with the brothers, please share those videos. Again, there needs to be some sort of campaign to, I keep wanting to say go after, but to reach out to the governmental authorities, meaning their congressmen and senators. We need to reach out to them, okay? They are aware because the Father has reached out to them in the past. But let me tell you something. Well, you heard the statement, the old saying, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. They need to know that enough of us out here know what's going on there. They need your assistance, so I need you guys to step up. Remember that hashtag, Justice Ecuador, scrolling across the bottom right now. Justice Ecuador on Twitter, TikTok. I forgot about TikTok. Man, I'm so bad. I couldn't tell you how to use TikTok. I've seen it. I thought it was like 10 seconds, but you can obviously do longer. Actually, I should put this video that they created on TikTok. We need this share. We need awareness. If you know someone, my whole goal is to get it to mainstream media. Once we get to mainstream media, there's a couple of people looking at it, but we need somebody to do a story. And this is, after the fact, after these guys are home, there's got to be a movie about this. This is so unreal. This is so unreal. I mean, it's unbelievable and it's unjust. And these guys should not have to go through this. And we need your assistance to help. Okay. I'm begging for your help. I'm pleading for your help. I need you guys to use that hashtag. Okay. Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Put this story out into the atmosphere. You guys can do it. It starts this small and then grows. We got 153 people in here. Do me a favor, hit like if you can remember. And comment. And I'm doing my best to keep up with the comments now too. But then I may be on the phone for 2 hours. And my evenings, I'm working all day. And then my evenings, it's a lot. Okay. It is Go Black to Africa. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've seen him. Okay. A few more because, I got to go. Okay. Let me read what I have left and then I got to jump out of here. So if you haven't popped one up, I'm not going to be able to see it until later. People do not rush to marry any folks, especially once in Colombia. Okay. That says, he says that. Anthony says, news, just no dirty little birdies, not good. News, just no dirty little bird. Okay. Ain't no folks burning their passports once we leave America because America is the best of the worst. Boxing fan, lots of Venezuelan women in Colombia looking for sugar daddies. I'm sure they are. Hard times. Just don't get married. So many hot women in Colombia. Yeah, don't. I mean, have a prenup. If you find somebody you love, no matter where they are, what their ethnicity, what color, and people comment on that, that does not. Yeah, I don't go with that. I shared both videos publicly on Facebook. Aries, thank you so much. Annie says, thank you, DC. Dooku 3535. Is there a GoFund? No, there's not. Right now, there's not. I'm not sure if there is going to be one. They are doing well right now. I mean, they have an attorney. You got to, I mean, they're doing what they need to do. Let me tell you, I talked to the dad, and this is a sharp man. He is working for his sons. Let me tell you, he is working for his sons. I mean, you would be lucky to have a father like this. He is working for his sons. I'll leave it at that. But no, there's no GoFundMe right now. Okay, the U.S. sends money to Ecuador. So therefore, there's something that can be done. Absolutely. While Kamala is worried about women's rights in Central America, she can worry about this one. Absolutely, DW. Trading stock. Okay, leave that one alone. That's true. We give aid to Ecuador every year. We have the upper hand. I would try to hit you up on Facebook. I don't even use Facebook. The only time I post something, every once in a while, like I need to post something important, I don't use Facebook. I got that, I passed that phase, but I see the value in this though. Okay. Okay. I have to apply political pressure. Absolutely. Okay. This is what she could chase and get you. Okay. So guys, I got to get out of here because I'm getting ready to jump on a phone call. Thank you guys for joining me. Please, Justice Ecuador, Justice Ecuador, hashtag Justice Ecuador. Use that. Help these brothers. We're all doing what we can. At a minimum, share this across your social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. However, put it in a comment somewhere, hashtag Justice Ecuador. And I got to jump out of here now, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Number one, well, two things. Learn Spanish and be safe, okay?